Good noon. This is Nidhi Ketia. Today we will discuss about the pharmacognosy in various system of the medicine. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to learn this topic, that is the traditional system of the medicine. Okay, so today's our study of the content, that is traditional and alternative system of the medicine and Ayurvedas, and also we learn this Chinese system of the medicine. Okay, today we cover this two system, that is Ayurveda and Chinese system of the medicine. Okay, so now we started with the traditional and alternative system of the medicine. Okay, so complementary and alternative system of the medicine are a broad set of the health care practice that are not part of the tradition and not integrate with the modern health care system. Okay, complementary and alternative system of the medicine are the broad set of the health product. Okay, it's having the broad set of the healthcare products, but that is not part of the tradition or not integrated with the modern healthcare system. Okay, these all are the just for the medicine, they having the broad healthcare products, but these are not part of the tradition and integrated modern healthcare system. Okay, this is the only complementary and alternative system. Okay, so in this system we are these all are the system are considering, that is the first one, that is Ayurveda. That is a part of the Indian subcontinent, then continued, then Chinese traditional medicine system, then Kampo, that is from the Japan, then Tibetan system, then homeopathy system, then Unani medicine system, and Siddha medicine system. Okay, so now we started from the first medicine system, that is Ayurveda. Okay, so in Ayurveda we see the general introduction of the Ayurveda. So Ayu, that means the life. Okay, and Veda, that means the knowledge. So it's having the knowledge of the life. Okay, Ayu, that is the life, and Veda, that is the knowledge. Okay, so Ayurveda meaning of the knowledge or science, knowledge or science of the life. Okay, this knowledge and life both are combined. So Ayurveda, that means the knowledge or science of the life. Okay, it is the holistic science and health which covers the physical, physiological, and spiritual well-being. Okay, then the origin of this ancient science that dates back to Vedic period, about the 5000 years ago. Like Brahma, the creator, was the originator of this system, who passed it on the Ashwini Kumar. That is he is the physician of the god. Okay, so who is turn imparted it to rising rishis, from where it was promoted among the people through generation. Okay, it is the holistic science of the health which covers the physical, physiological, and psychological and spiritual well-being. Okay, it is the holistic science of the health which covers the physical system, then psychological system, and spiritual system. And also they originated with the ancient science dates. Okay, ancient, that is the 1000 year ago. This is how this process goes from the 5000 years ago. Okay, the creator, that is the Brahma. Okay, and they originated of this system, who passed it on the Ashwini Kumars. Ashwini Kumars are the both are the Ashwini Kumars are the physicians of the god. Okay, and who is the turn impart it rishis. Okay, Ashwini Kumar, that gives this knowledge about the Ayurveda to rishis, and rishis are promoted to among the other peoples and generation to generation. So now we that's why we get the knowledge about the ayurvedas. Okay, then the main objective of the Ayurveda is a maintenance and promotion of the positive health and cure of the disease through medicine, dietary restriction and regulate the lifestyle. Okay, then it is involved from the four Vedas, that is the Rigved, then Shamved and Yajurved and Atharvaved. Okay, these are the four Vedas, that is Rigveda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda. So primary Ayurveda developed from these Vedas. Okay. So now we get the some history regarding the Ayurveda. So history of the Ayurveda, that is the Charak Samhita, Sharak Samhita and Sushruta Samhita. Okay, this is the history about the Ayurveda. Okay, so Charak Rishi from the 1st century AD, that is the Anno Domini, that is the one indicates the time limits. So in the this AD meaning of the Anno Domini, that is the Latin term. Okay, so in Latin term the meaning in the our term, so it the year of the gods. Okay, in the year of the god, so Anno Domini, that is AD, short form, that is AD. The meaning that was the it in the year of the gods. Okay, so brought Charak Samhita meaning the collection of the verses written in Sanskrit. Okay, verses in Gujarati, that's called the Duha or Chand. Okay, so the written collection of the verses written in Sanskrit. Okay, they collect the verses in written form in Sanskrit language. Okay, so and Sushruta Samhita in 4th century of the AD, they brought the Sushruta Samhita 2000 plants that were used in the healing disease and abacting systems were identified the books. Okay, so this is the history of the Ayurveda. Now we see the basic principle of the Ayurveda. So it is involves the two theories of the Panch Mahabhutas theory and Tridosha theory. Okay, the basic principle, they depends on the two theory, that is Panch Mahabhutas and second one, that is the Tridosha theory. Okay, so according to the Ayurvedic philosophy, all these living or non-living matters are made up of the 5 basic elements in the various proportion. So they various basic element, that is the Prithvi, that is earth, then Jala, that is water, then Teja, that is fire, and Vayu, that is air, and Akash, that is ether or sky. Okay, these 5 element for the living and non-living matter made up. Okay, for the purpose of the living and non-living matters made up. Okay, so the Prithvi, Jala, Teja, Vayu and Akash, that is earth, water, fire, air and ether or sky. Even the human bodies is made up of these the elements non-collectively as the Panch Mahabhutas. Okay, even the human body also made up with these 5 elements, that is Prithvi, Jala, Teja, Vayu and Akash. Okay, so they collectively as the Panch Mahabhutas. So also human body consider as the Panch Mahabhutas body. So according to Ayurveda, again all the physiological function of the body are governed by the 3 biological unit, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Okay, these 3 biological unit, three biological unit for the physiological functions of in the Ayurvedic system. Okay, so each of the which in terms of the made up of the Mahabhutas. Okay, and then physiologically these 3 dosas are responsible for the various specific functions, that is Pitta, Kapha and Vata. Vata, Pitta and Kapha. These three dosas are responsible for the various specific functioning of the organs. Okay. Then now we see the first dose, that is Vata. Okay. So in Sanskrit, Vata in Sanskrit. Okay. So their name, that is air. Vata, that means air. So Sanskrit word, that is the Vaha. Okay, they means to exist or move. Okay, exist or move. Then its originated movement in body and governs the nervous functioning. Okay, they movement in the whole body and they mostly they functioning in the nervous functioning. So most important because of the control other two dosas. First, this Vata is the they control the other two dosas, that is Pittas and Kaphas. Okay. Now we see the second one dose, that is Pitta, also called the bile. Okay. So in Sanskrit word, that is Tapa. Tapa means the heat and energy. Okay. Heat and energy. So it is responsible for the digestion, regulation of the body temperature and other transformation in the body. Pitta are responsible for the digestion purpose, then regulation, they regulates the body temperature and other transformation in the body. They maintain these all the functions. Okay. So this is the Pitta. Then now we see the Kapha, that is the phlegm. Okay, so the Sanskrit word, that is Shilish, means the embrace. Okay, so like cough. Okay, kapha, that like the cough. So it's responsible for the formation of the preservation of the body. It provides the immunity and strength to the body. Okay, the kapha is responsible for the formation of the formation and preservation of the body. It is the provides the immunity and strength to the body. Formation and preservation purpose are the main purpose of the kaphas. Okay, so it's get the best immunity system and also they get the strength and to the best strength to the body. Okay, so this is the kapha. Now we see the some introduction about the Ayurvedic medicines, like, and their some terms and also their formulations. Okay, so when these dosas are in normal state of the functioning, it is health, and when they lose their equilibrium and get the vitiate by various internal and external factors, they produce the various type of the disease disease or vyadhi in human body. Okay, in Ayurveda's disease called the vyadhi. Okay, so when these dosas are normal state of the functioning, it is the health, and when they losing their equilibrium, so and gets the vitiated by various internal and external factors, they produce the various types of the disease. These dosas are normal state, then the whole body functions are the regulate the properly. But some functions, some dosas are the losing their equilibrium, so they some disease condition are observed in our body. Okay, so that's called the in Ayurvedic system disease called the vyadhi. Okay, in human body. So hence the Ayurvedic treatment of any disease is aimed at restoring the equilibrium of the dosas. Okay, Ayurvedic is mainly classified into the 8 branches, with the specializing in different field of the medicine. Okay, Ayurvedic is mainly classified into 8 branches, which specializing in different field of the medicines. Okay, so now we see that. Okay, so first Kaya Chikitsa, that is the internal medicines, Then Shakya Tantra, that is surgery purpose. And then Salakya, the Tantra, that is orthonohino larginology. Okay. Then Kaumarbhya Bharatiya Tantra, that is toxicology, and Bhoot Vidya, that is psychiatric. Okay, these all are the various branches of the Ayurvedic system. Okay, then the Rasayana and Vaijikarna deals with the preservation and promotion of the health and vigors. Okay, then the remaining branches and deals with the disease. Okay, then now we see the Bhaijasya Kalpana is in the Ayurveda deal with the knowledge of the Ayurvedic drugs. Okay, so Ayurvedic doses form according to physical status. That is solid doses form it's having in the solid, semi-solid and liquid doses form. Okay, in solid doses form the formulation namings, that is Vati, Churna, Bhashma and Kashra. Okay, these all are the solid stat. Okay, then semi-solid doses form, that is Avle and Grita, and liquid doses form, that is Tailia, then Ashava, then Arista and Arka. Okay, liquid in there is Taila, then Asava, then Arista and then Arka. These all are the formulation of the Ayurvedic formulation as per the physical status. Okay. Now we see the Chinese system of the medicine. So Chinese system of the medicine, that's called the traditional Chinese medicine. So originated in the ancient China and has the evolved over the thousand of the year. Okay, they ancient China, they main originated, they belongs from the China by ancient time. It has the involved other thousand of the years. Okay, over the thousand years of the years. So TCM, that is traditional Chinese system. So practitioner used herbal medicine and various mind and body practices such as the acupuncture and Tai Chi and to treat or prevent the health problems. Okay, by the acupuncture process, then Tai Chi process, they prevents the health problem. Okay, so they resolve the disease condition in the body in China. Okay, this is the Chinese ancient Chinese medicine system, traditional Chinese medicine system. Okay, it's also totally based on the herbal medicine by the acupuncture and Tai Chi method. Okay, so now we see the some ancient belief of the TCM is based including following. Okay, so TCM, that is tradition Chinese medicine. Okay, so the human body is a miniature version of the larger surrounding universe. Okay, human body is the miniature version of the larger surrounding universe. Then harmony between the two opposing yet complementary force called yin and yang. Okay, yin and yang supports the health and disease result from the imbalance between these forces. Okay, then five elements, that is fire, earth, wood, metal and water, symbolic represent all the phenomena including the stage of the human life and explain the functioning of the body and how it changed during the disease. Okay, five elements, that is fire, earth, wood, metal, water, and symbolically represent all the phenomena to including to the stage of the human life. Okay, then explain the functioning of the body and how it changed during the disease. Okay, then Qi, that is the vital energy that flows through the body, perform the multiple functions in the maintaining health. Okay, Qi, that is vital energy or energy that's flow through the body. Vital energy, the vital energy, okay, depends on the vital energy, and they indicates the flow through the body and performance, then multiple functions, and also they maintain the health. Okay, then now we see the some theories, then the prevention and methods. Okay, so traditional forms of the medicine having the have been used in the China since the 3rd century. Okay, in China they used since the 3rd century to tilak. Okay, then traditional Chinese system, that is TCM system, constitute with the 3 parts. The first one, that is theory. So theory, that is yin, yang and 5 elements theory. Then second one, that is treatment, that's herbalism, then acupuncture, then moxibustion and cupping massage theory. Okay, then now we see the prevention. So that is the Qigong, then Tai Chi, then meditation and massages. Okay, these three, first one, that is theory, then treatment and prevention. Okay, so now we started with the theories. First, that is the Daoist Yin Yang concept. So Yang predominates during the day and turns into the Yin after the dark. Okay, so the human body is regarded as the universe in miniature when the yin yang elements in a person's body are well balanced and person is in a good health. Okay, a person falls the sick, then its balance is the disturbed. So this is the yin yang model functions, that is a feminine internal energy that included in the yin model. So and yielding, nurturing, then negative, then night, passive, moon, intuitive, then cold and soft. Okay, in yang model, masculine, external energy dominating, initiating, positive, days and active, shun, logical, hot and hard. Okay, so yin yang concept. So yang concept, that is the positive concept, and yin concept, that is some negative concept. Okay, so yang concept, that is they balance the body, and yin concept, that is the disturb the body functioning. Okay, this is the yin yang model. Then now we see the 5 elements theory. Okay, so the depends on the 5 vital organs. So the heart, liver, the organs, that is the heart, liver, spleen, lungs and kidney. Okay, are each seen as corresponding to one of the 5 elements of earth, wood, metal, fire and water. Okay, wood, metal, earth, wood, metal, fire and water, heart, liver, spleen, lung and kidney. So they each seen as the corresponding to the one of the 5 elements of the earth, wood, metal, fire and water. So these 5 organs functions in the interlocked and interconnected relationship. Okay, they combine with the interlocked and interconnected relationship. So it is the believed a pathological change in any of the vital organ will affect the health of the other organ. Okay, so this is the some diagram of this vital organ, that is kidney, that is water, then liver, that is wood, liver, that is wood, then heart, that is fire, then spleen, that is earth, and lungs, that is metal. Okay, now we see the some encompasses many different practicing or treatment. Okay, So here we see the acupuncture, cupping, moxibustion, then Chinese herbal medicine, tuina, then dietary therapy, and tai chi and qi gong. Okay, these all are the models, and also including meditation. Okay, then now we see the first model, that is the Chinese herbal medicine. Okay, so the Chinese herbal medicine, they covers the Chinese Maitreya and Medica. Okay, they included with the Maitreya and Medica, that is Chinese. So a pharmacological reference book used by the TCM practitioner, that is traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, that describes the thousand of the medicinal substance, primarily plants but also some minerals and animal products. Okay, they refers the minerals and animal product also, but thousand of the medicinal substance, primarily plants. Okay, so the different parts of the plant, such as the leaves, root, stem, then flowers and seeds are used. Okay, so in the TCM, herbs of are often combined in the formulas are given as the teas and capsules, liquid extract, then granules or powdered. Okay, these all are the formulation of this Chinese herbal medicine. Then now we see the acupuncture. So acupuncture is the family of the producer. Acupuncture is a family of the producer involving the stimulation of the specific points on the body using the variety of the techniques. Okay, so the acupuncture technique that has been most often studied scientifically involves the penetrate the skin within thin solid metal needle. Okay, penetrate the skin with the thin solid metal needle that are manipulated by the hand or by electric stimulation. Okay, in acupuncture technique, they has often the study about the scientifically involves the they scientifically involve the penetration of the skin. Okay, so they is penetrated with the thin solid metal needle that manipulated by the hand. They enter in skin by the hand or electric stimulation. Okay, electric stimulation, either electric machines. Okay, so acupuncture involves the stimulation of the anatomically points on the body with thin needle. Okay, then acupuncture patients usually feel little to no pain. Okay, feel little, but they not having the not produce the pain. So acupuncture needle are hair thin and are manipulated either by hand or electricity. Okay, so this figures are indicates the acupuncture method of the manipulation of the needles in a skin. Okay, and this side figure that indicates the some points of the acupuncture. Okay, then now we see the moxibustion. So moxibustion is the traditional Chinese medicine technique that involves that burning and mungwort, a small spongy herb, to facilitate the healing. Okay, so the purpose is to strengthen and blood and improve the qi flow. So direct and indirect method, it's having the direct and indirect method. So traditionally used to treat cold. Okay, in traditional system it is the use only used for the treatment of the cold, but it is not for everyone. Okay, this method not for the every person, because because it is used specifically for the patients suffering from the cold or stagnant constitution. It should not be used on any diagnosed with the too much heat. Okay, like moxibustion, that is the giving the heat to the body. Okay, one in Gujarati, one type of the dam method. Okay, so because it is used specifically to patients suffering from the cold or stagnant constitution, it should not be using the any diagnosed with the too much heat. Okay, so this is the moxibustion method. Now we see the cupping method. So cupping method, they also part of the CTM or TCM, that is a traditional medicine of the Chinese or Chinese traditional medicine system or traditional Chinese medicine system. Okay, these all are the synonym of the Chinese system of the medicine. So cupping therapy is the form of the CTM in which cups are placed on the skin to secrete the suction. Okay, some cups are placed on the skin for create the suction of the to the body. Okay, so the cups can made up with the variety of the material, that is glass, boom, and earthenware. Okay, these three material are used for the formation made up of that cups. Okay, then the suction of the cups mobilize blood flow to promote the healing of the broad range of medical elements. Okay, or ailments. So this is the method of the cupping method, cupping massage method. These all are the cup they placed on the body skin for the suction method, suction of the body. Okay, they create the suction. Now we see the Tuina method, so also known as the Chinese massage method. Okay, Tuina method, that is Chinese massage method. So using the waves like motion to loosen the joint and nourishing these muscles. Okay, loosen the joint and nourishing the muscles. Nourish the muscles. So brings the awareness back to the person's body, making it the first step in the healing process. Okay, so they stimulate the flow of the qui blood and body fluids. So it can be used to treat the pain, stress, or digestion problems. Okay, so use wave like the motion to loosen joints and nourishing the muscles. So bring awareness back to the person's body. Okay, they back to the person's body and making the first step for the healing process. So stimulate the blood flow. They stimulate the flow of the qui. Okay, in qui blood and body fluid flow, they stimulate. So it can be used for the treatment of the pain, stress, and digestion problem. Okay, this is the Tuina method and also called the Chinese massage. Okay, this finger they indicates the massage method for the in the Chinese. Okay, so now we see the sixth one method, that is Qui Gong method. So Qui Gong method, that is Chinese from the exercise. Okay, it is the totally belongs to the exercise exercising method. Okay, so Qigong method is the Chinese from the exercise of the exercise. It regulates the mind and breathing to promote the flow of the qi. Okay, regulate the mind and breathing to promote the flow of the qi. Then Qigong is often used to treat disease. External Qigong is performed on the person by Qigong master. Okay, Qigong is often used to treat disease. Exercise, we doing exercise for the treatment of the any disease condition. So external Qigong is performed on the person by Qigong master. Okay, and internal Qigong is practiced by the oneself. Okay, on self. This is the Qigong method. This is Chinese exercise method. Okay. Then now we see the Tai Chi method. So Tai Chi is the century old mind and body practice. Okay, centuries old mind and body practice. So it involves the gentle dance like body movement with the mental focus, breathing and relaxation. Okay, Tai Chi method for the breathing, more gentle dance like body and the movement of the mental that focus on the breathing and relaxation process. Okay, this is the Tai Chi method. Now we see the eighth method, that is meditation method. So in this method, meditation are used for the many years of the purpose. The first main purpose, that is they regulate our mindset, or they improve our concentration power, and they also release the stress condition in our body, and also they use for the some disease condition, maintain some disease condition. For best of the meditation purpose, that is the control or stable the our mind system, and they improve the concentration power. Okay, so this is the meditation method for the Chinese system of the medicine. Okay, so now we will end we will end this our session of the Ayurvedic system and Chinese traditional medicine system. Okay, so thank you to all.